Sarah Yaussi, Head of Strategic Partnerships and Member Engagement.
That's right.
Is that right? Yeah. Amazing. With RETTC.
That's right.
RETTC.
Brand new.
Brand new.
It's not even an hour old.
Everyone, I'm sure, as they listen to this, is super excited to learn all about RETTC. So tell us the impetus. Like, where did it start? Why did it start?
Sure. So RETTC is short for the Real Estate Technology and Transformation Center, RETTC. And it's really just kind of a culmination of decades of work at NMHC around technology and innovation. OPTECH itself is over 20 years old, so we've got on the PropTech bandwagon well before it even had a name. And just that portfolio of work has grown over the years. It started with a lot of stuff on connectivity, broadband, and then as software became a critical part of the running your communities, running your organization, our activities have just expanded beyond that. And so what we are kind of seeing is that technology is not going anywhere. It's more table stakes than ever before, but at the same time there's a lot of exterior challenges, especially in the regulatory and legislative environments, that are really kind of taking aim at technology in the real estate space. And so we've always had kind of an advocacy arm around technology, but the need is even greater. So as residents require more technology, enterprises require more technology, and the legislative and regulatory environment is increasingly skeptical or putting us in some scrutiny, we really need to be a lot more pro-tech. So it's just a real opportunity with a new organization to be able to do a lot of things that we do at OPTECH, but also a lot of the conversations, continue those throughout the entire year. And so we're not just doing this, once a year at OPTECH.
100%. I love it. I just sat through the steering committee meeting this morning and it was loaded.
Yes.
It was loaded.
Yes, we're really excited about it. It's really an enormous leadership opportunity. We're really tapping some of the greatest talent in our industry. It's a nice variety of tech providers, from younger companies to more mature companies, as well as the sort of venture capital sources that invest heavily in the PropTech space, and of course our owners and operators and developers who are our real core.
So Sarah, I heard earlier today from Sharon actually that this industry is under more scrutiny than ever because of the current housing crisis.
Sure.
And at the same time, we're sitting in an innovation hall, right, that's new to RETTC this year, I believe. How do we better support innovation in technology in our space?
There's a lot of ways to do that. One is, provide some support to the young companies and we're going to be able to do more of that through RETTC. We have our owners and operators who are pretty good at vetting technology, and they kind of can help us create some resources and some strategies for helping them grow so that they can grow in the ways that owners and operators need them to, and also tackle some of the challenges, whether that's around integrations or whatever. At the same time, we are tapping a lot of our legacy tech providers and players, because they're leaders in this industry as well. And we really need everybody working together to be able to move the innovation needle forward.
For sure. You said the I word, integrations, which has been a tough one for our industry in the past.
Yeah.
I caught wind maybe of like a MITS 2.0.
Yes. So NMHC established the MITS standards quite some time ago. Originally, it was to sort of get some kind of consistency in the data as we were kind of for internet listings, really is kind of the original. But there are a lot of data, I don't know, what do you want? Standards isn't really quite the right word for it, but there are a lot of guidelines around keeping data consistent in different areas. And we are working on a new data model in response to some of the regulatory pressures that we were just talking about, especially those around fee transparencies. So we are working with some external partners all together with a lot of input from our ILS friends and our property management software friends and our owner operators to kind of get to some agreement on how we can kind of keep data consistent so that we have some categorization, we have some transparency and visibility around that for the resident.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
There's
62 people, as I'm sure you will hear later, all kind of on a working committee, really collaborating in the way that we hope we can continue with our new organization as well.
That is a big undertaking, and I'm very excited. We're going to talk to Laurie tomorrow, Laurie Reeves, so I'm excited to go a lot deeper into that topic.
Yes, yes.
OPTECH, did you say it was the 20th year?
It's more than that.
Is
it's
it
the
really?
25th.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, don't hold me to it, but
We've been asking every single one of the interviews we've had in here, we've been asking their perspective on OPTECH, and everyone just speaks so favorably. Like, it's the first conference to go on everyone's budget. What stands out to you this year? We're still early, obviously, but what stands out so far?
I mean, we brought so much new stuff to OPTECH this year, especially with regard to the launch of RETTC. I mean, as you mentioned, we're in the Futures Lab right now, so we have we've always had startups, so we have even more startups in our startup alley than ever. We have our innovation stage where we've got short form programming from a lot of a huge cast of characters that are really challenged to kind of look forward. Today we heard about autonomous vehicles and what the impact on real estate. We heard about Swifty economics for real estate, which was really interesting, and the future of AI and kind of how it relates to work and all these things. So, it's really a new platform for having those kind of conversations. Beyond that, I don't know if you were in the general session, but the 6-foot AI powered, who danced, and also gave us one of these.
Nice.
So it was, really kind of fun to get a chance to play around with, really advanced AI. That robot Amica will actually be in the space here tomorrow, so people can come and take their selfies and play around. What else have we got going on? Tons of programming. You mentioned the workshops. We had a ton of great ones. We had one on the fee transparency work. We had one on kind of design your own AI governance policy, resident data for resident experience. I mean, tons of great programming. And then I'd say the other really big piece is the final day of OPTECH is going to be an advocacy day. As we announced with the launch of RETTC, with NMHC, advocacy has been a big component of what we do and the value we bring to our members. It's going to be the same for RETTC. We are definitely going to be a lot more proactive and very visible, very much aligned with NMHC, obviously, but a big component of that. So we are taking about 200 of our members, both owner-operators and our tech partners, up to the Hill.
Nice.
We're going to hear from some policy leaders and their staff, and then we'll be dividing up into groups and visiting actual offices. So that's a huge undertaking to tack on to our usual, dozens of hours of programming. So.
Well, thank you.
A lot of that stands out.
Thank you for all of the advocacy. You said that technology now is table stakes. It's accelerating faster than any time before. And with the introduction of AI, we need this body that's looking after us, right? The fact that there's a robot here giving us the rock answer is amazing, but also scares me. So thank you for all of the advocacy, for driving this industry forwards as you always have done, and also for the opportunities you've given Revise as well. I remember doing the startup pitch last year, and we walked away from there with a number of customers, and it's always the first show in our budget as well.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I really love it when people come up to me and they're like, "You're the first person that I met, and thank you for telling me, how to navigate this, and that I should come to OPTECH." And we're just grateful that we have such a great team who works really hard to put on the best show that we can. And we think this is probably the best one yet.
Yeah, amazing. Well, Sarah, thank you for joining us. It was so nice chatting with you.
Yeah.